name is Max Stein, and I love video games.
I'm the Megabuck, and the super bass sound made me a prisoner of dance.
My name is Raph, and I love video games, especially rhythm games.
Hi friends, Vinny here. I love rhythm games and all video games, but especially rhythm games.
And the judges say no. Sorry, Raph, that was not a good intro. I mean, welcome to the Game Treasure Podcast, where we discuss treasure video games of yesterday, today, and
Just
tomorrow.
A little offbeat.
Warning, the Game Treasure Podcast is not for children or anyone without rhythm. Because today's episode marks the 20th birthday of Guitar Hero, the original Guitar Hero.
Dang.
Wow.
I feel old.
You are old.
Yeah.
And we also we happen to have a very special message from our dear friend, the King of Video Games.
My favorite.
No. His Majesty's here.
Indeed we do. Indeed we do. Before we get to the message, though, let's just talk about Guitar Hero's 20th birthday, shall we, gentlemen? Do you remember where you were in 2005 when you saw your first harmonics guitar-shaped guitar controller?
It was in my hand because I pre-ordered it.
Raph,
Yeah.
did you play Guitar Hero as a
I did.
child when it came out? Did you have it on the PlayStation 2?
I didn't own it, but I did play it at many friends' houses. It was it's pretty much like a staple at like parties and whatnot. So yeah, I did play it quite a lot when I was younger. Mostly
old does that
Guitar Hero
make-
2, but
How old does that make you two when the first Guitar Hero came out?
2005.
Well,
yeah,
not you,
yeah.
not you, other old guy. The younger guys.
15 years old. 15 years old.
Wow.
A
Okay.
child, straight up.
2005. Yeah, that would have
Sure.
been
high
I would
school
have been
kid.
in high school. Yeah, probably like 16 or 17. I want to say.
Buck, how old
Yeah.
were you? And what were you doing when Guitar Hero
I
happened?
was in my mid-20s, and I had a freaking job and a freaking mortgage, and I don't think I had any kids yet. Maybe close to it. Maybe 20.
No.
Nope, not yet. No, I did not yet.
Not yet. Mr.
Man.
Vanacore, do you remember where you were?
I do. I was in my first post-college apartment. So, you know, the struggle apartment that everybody has right after college where you have like
Smells bad. There's bugs
three
in it.
guys packed into, that you kind of knew. Anyway, one of
That
my
you kinda
roommates- I was lucky. My first struggle apartment was friends from my hometown, and one of them luckily had Guitar Hero on the PS2. So that was my first dive into plastic guitar video games.
Did you guys, have either of you guys play Guitar Freak?
Absolutely.
No.
No.
Raph, do you
Me
know what
neither.
I'm talking about?
No, I don't even know what that is.
I played that in
Okay.
an arcade in California years before Guitar Hero came out.
So I feel like you can't talk about the saga of Guitar Hero and without, guys, you know, Raph knows video games. He doesn't know what I'm talking about. So
Yeah.
Bimani, 1997, is a company that's a musical division of Konami.
Yep.
And they make Guitar Freak and a couple months later, Drum Mania in 1999.
Yep.
Drummania.
And
Yes.
later
Drummania.
Keyboard Mania.
It's the Gitadori series, Gitadora, I
Yeah.
think it's in Japanese. So it was these two arcade cabinets originally in 1999 that used a guitar-shaped peripheral and straight up electric drum kit. Essentially, if you've ever seen an electric drum set, it looked like that.
Mhm.
And they were often bought together. And you could pair them side by side in later versions, like in version 2.633, whatever.
like a
If you
link
look at the
cable,
Wikipedia, it's all just arcade cabinets come out a lot over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could put them next to each other, and they could play songs together, like Rock Band, which wouldn't come over here for a decade after that.
It does sound familiar. Huh.
Yeah.
Drummania was good. That was Drummania and Guitar Mania. That was like a very first exposure for a lot of people prior to the Guitar Hero era. But yeah, man, that game was good. I spent a lot of quarters on Drummania.
Yeah, in case you guys, I mean, if you know those, you obviously know that they also, Bimani, Konami also makes Dance Dance Revolution, obviously the most popular one in all these series. But if you're
Let's
wondering
go.
why Konami doesn't really make fucking console games anymore, at least until recently with all the Silent Hill stuff, which isn't even them, by the way, because they still make rhythm games in Japan like crazy today. Konami does. They still make Beatmania games. They still make Dance. Dance Rush is the newest crazy one you've probably seen if you've ever been to a new arcade. That's the one with the light up dance pad that has no actual buttons. It just has such shitload of sensors in it.
Yeah, you can like slide your feet and do
You
like
moonwalk.
shuffling dances and stuff.
It's awesome. If you watch YouTube videos of like people who are really good playing that game in Japanese arcades, it's mind-blowingly cool.
Yeah, I noticed that as well in my research. Google, rhythm games, and I'm just like, man, Japan likes music games, huh? Holy shit,
we were
man.
just there, dude. They had them like crazy. Taiko no Tatsujin is still popular there. The Taiko drum game is still super popular. They're still putting out like new poppin' musics. Nostalgia, the piano one, Jubi. I mean, they're all still stupid popular over there.
I'm just picturing like entire like arcade halls of rhythm machines. Honestly.
Absolutely. Entire floors on a lot of
Yeah,
those.
wow, that's crazy.
Me and Venny played Megalovania, from Undertale on the Taiko drum machine. Right across from our hotel.
But
yeah,
and Mega Man stuff.
Raph,
Cool.
if you don't know Guitar Freak, like literally the way it works gameplay wise is Guitar Hero. There's vertical lanes in which notes come down and they're color coordinated to the guitar handle that you're holding, and the drums are almost the same as they are in Rock Band, except for in Rock Band the floor drum, like the bass kick, is like that big orange bar that scrolls across the whole thing. In Drum Mania, it's just the center lane, which I prefer the Rock Band.
Yeah,
way
Rock Band was definitely better. They didn't quite know
visually.
what to do with it. Same as in like Beatmania, where you have the turntable is actually a button, and they just ended up lining it up with the controller.
Right. But yeah, like harmonics in the early 2000s basically it makes like Karaoke Revolution. And you remember this game? We've had that game. That game kicked ass, dude.
I'm addicted
to you. But and a couple other music games, and then they get approached by the people that make like all these dance pads.
Yeah.
And they're
Red
like,
Octane,
hey,
was it them? Who was
in
it?
Japan, they like this guitar game where you hold a guitar. And they pitched the idea to like some Activision people, and they were like, that's weird. No one will ever do that. And they were fucking wrong. And they packaged this plastic guitar that cost like $40 extra or something like this, I want to say, along with your PS2 game. And it sold really well. And a lot of Jack White did an interview with Rolling Stone or something in which he credits Rock Band for having like a big generation of kids discover the guitar.
Right, yeah.
Or no, I'm sorry, not Rock Band, Guitar Hero.
Yeah, right,
same,
Guitar Hero. Yeah. I always call it Rock Band. It's a catchier name for some reason.
It is.
But yeah, Guitar Hero. I remember playing it the PS2 at home first, then playing it at arcades later. What's your guys' favorite song from the original lineup of songs? I want to say the difference maker besides just giving it to us, but actually giving us a game where you play as a guitar, but the number of licensed songs that they got for Guitar Hero was like 4 times the amount that Guitar Freak had. I want to say like the first Guitar Freak game had like 14 songs in it or something like that.
Yeah.
And when you even in those later versions where you could pair together, it's like now there's 20 songs, but the original Guitar Hero has like 49 songs in it to start, and only half of them are covers. Like they actually got the Black Sabbath and Megadeth and whatever. My favorite songs, I think it's a tie between Thunder Kiss 1965 by White Zombie.
I mean, it's White Zombie. Come on.
That shit fucking
That was on my
slaps.
list, too.
1960, and then later he busts in the guitar solo. That's all you get. Both worlds. You get the chunky, and you get the. And then I'm looking at the list here. I want to say Frankenstein by the Edgar Winter Group kicks ass. That song is really sick.
It has no words anyway, right?
But Godzilla by Blue Oyster Cult is so
that's
catchy.
what I was thinking right now. Yeah,
Go Godzilla.
Oh no, there goes Tokyo.
Buck, what's your favorite song from the original lineup?
Ooh, those are a couple of good ones there too. I was really excited to see some David Bowie on that original. Ziggy Stardust
Nice.
is on that original.
Ziggy played guitar.
Yeah. My biggest problem with this is exactly what you said into Rock Band. I play the guitar, and I played the guitar in a band in high school, but I was the lead singer. I'm a vocal guy, and so I would just be like, nah, I'll just sing. And then when Rock Band came out, I was like, yeah, give me that. Give me the mic.
Yeah.
Microphone that time. Hell yeah.
Raph, do you have a favorite? What's your favorite song off this list here?
Dude, I was in a punk band in high school, and it was Motorhead, man. Ace of Spades. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, dude. I love that song. Kicks ass. Yeah.
So good.
That's so good. Benny,
So good.
what's your favorite song off that list?
She's a killer queen.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Dynamite with laser beam.
Remind me.
Guaranteed to blow your mind.
Remind me, was that one of the songs that was originally a cover band on Guitar Hero and it wasn't actually Queen? Or am I thinking Rock Band?
That might be Rock Band. No, because it's on this list. They
on
got
this
the
list.
license for Queen. Yep.
That was a weird thing that happened at the beginning, especially of Rock Band's lifespan. I know we're talking about Guitar
Yes.
Hero, but they eventually grew out of that because the money was there, so the licensing could happen.
Yeah, like I said, about half of the songs on the first Guitar Hero were also that cover situation, and also they had a dozen or like 10 or so just like indie artists, and then it was just a bunch of people from harmonics bands.
Right.
And I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. They were just like random songs where you're like, I don't know the Slashes or whatever.
Right.
Maybe I just missed them. They were a 70s band or.
Right.
But yeah, that, man, Guitar Hero makes a bunch of money, and you've probably played it or you've seen the episode of South Park where they make fun of it. It's ubiquitous and it's insanely successful.
You know what is just now occurring to me? There's a whole generation of kids that are in like middle school and high school
Yep.
that have never played Guitar Hero
Uh-huh.
or
Yeah.
Rock Band.
But what's it called? Fortnite is bringing it back. They have
they're
that
trying.
concert mode.
It's
just
People
like,
are going to it for the concerts, but it's just like that metaverse thing. It kind of flopped. Like they're doing it to go to the concert. They're not going in there with plastic guitars and playing.
they sell the plastic guitar.
The kids that are teenagers, I mean, like preteens and early teens. I don't think
it's
that
not gotten much traction.
I guess
Nick.
rhythm
Like at
games
all.
in general are still kind of popular, but just not like that. Yeah, that specific having a guitar controller and that whole setup is not really
The
something you see anymore.
peripherals
Yeah.
are where it's at, man. It's peripherals or bust with
Yeah,
rhythm
right.
games.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nothing like holding that guitar in your hand and acting like a rock star, man.
Anybody who was a nerd in the mid 2000s, the mid aughts, had that little corner of their struggle apartment was like peripheral hell, like peripheral zone.
we had like a
light
tub.
guns over there.
We had like
Hey
a big
guys,
plastic tub.
I'm bringing a girl over. Could you put the guitars in the closet or something? It's like I want her to think I'm a stupid nerd.
We had like a tub you would put pool toys in, and we just had like 3 or 4 plastic guitars and drumsticks and the bass pedal and shit. We're all in that.
Oh yeah.
Was it Guitar Hero 2 where they put the second set of frets up by the top of the neck, or was that Rock Band?
That was Rock Band.
Did you guys-
That was
don't
Rock Band.
I think they
remember.
started copying each other a bit.
Boy,
somewhere
I
in there,
remember
too.
being
Rock
like,
Band started
"Oh fuck, whoa!" So
And
you
they
can
did the
go all the
touch
way up.
ones.
Yeah,
They started doing
yeah.
touch instead
Can
of
I
the smaller
say,
buttons.
fun fact, at one time in 2007, I was the top 3 world record holder for guitar for When We Were Young by the Killers.
Nice.
Wow.
What? Wow, dude. Holy shit.
I could 100% that song on Rock
cool.
Band every time with my eyes closed.
If I
Seeing
could
them in
think of any
concert.
of the lyrics of that song, I'd try to make a pun with it. But I
It
can't.
doesn't look a bit like Jesus.
Okay, now I
but
remember.
talk like
Talk
a gentleman.
gentleman.
Meow, meow, meow,
That's a fun
meow,
song to
meow,
play
meow.
when we.
Yeah.
All right,
Meow,
We're drunk.
yes, Guitar Hero. We loveth thee. Hey, you guys want to take a quick break and then come listen to the message from the King of Video Games?
All right.
Talk more
Ooh,
about
yeah.
rhythm games
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and
I'm
whatnot.
excited for that.
All right, bet.
Absolutely.
We're gonna take a quick break. On the other side, we have a very special message from a very special boy. I mean, King. See you on the other side. All right. It's time to hear from our best boy. We have a message from the king of video games. Let's see what he has for us today. Pull that car over and look at your phone.
It's worth
I
it.
await with bated breath.
My lords, my ladies, I now present to you the king of video games. Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. It is I, the king of video games. Pardon me, I was too busy jamming with my best friends, Paul McCartney and Mick Jagger. Say hello, fellas.
Hello. And I'm Mick Jagger.
Yes, you may or may not know, today marks the 20th birthday of Guitar Hero. So we were just warming up to shred Dragon Force on hard.
That's not in Guitar Hero.
Say, while you're here, we could use your help. Game Treasure Crew, give us some radical musical game jams for me to play with off-screen Paul McCartney and off-screen Mick Jagger.
I'm off screen. I was in the
Yeah, rock on, Game Treasure Crew.
Man, I gotta say, off-screen Mick Jagger. Wow.
I can't believe he got off-screen Mick Jagger.
We
He's
got
a
off-screen
huge
Jagger.
celebrity.
I can't believe it. What a day. What a monumental day.
Really
this is.
good.
We've made it. We've made it, boys.
That's
We've
it.
made it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pack it up.
Off-screen
We're
Paul
done.
McCartney and
That's it.
off-screen Mick Jagger. That's a cool room to be in.
Wow. Do you see
Oh,
the
my
amps
God.
behind His Majesty? Like, do you see that setup?
Yeah,
that
that
was nuts.
quad stack made of solid gold.
I got nothing. That's
Yeah,
true
it's
royalty.
incredible.
I don't think he was playing that guitar though. I think he was faking that.
Yes, he was.
I don't know.
Well, I'm off screen. Well, my lord, rhythm game gems. That's a very interesting question to pose to us, my lord, because musical games come in a lot of shapes and sizes. Sometimes you're actually playing music, and sometimes music is used to like assist you in the form of playing a game. So let's see what we have for our grab bag of musical games for you, my lord. I will go first. I'm going to mention a game that's one of us already mentioned on this episode just in passing, but it's my favorite game to play when I'm at an arcade. I may have talked about it on my Arcade Gems episode. I don't remember. You can spot it from a mile away because it's two giant red taiko drums. It's Taiko no Tatsujin. That's why Tatsujin?
Yes.
Taiko no Tatsujin.
Just means
there we go.
master.
They call it Taiko Drum Master here in America where I'm from.
Just a translation.
Yeah. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, and if you don't know what a taiko drum is, I guess taiko drums are those big traditional Japanese drums that'll sometimes be like 4 feet wide, and the huge guy with giant arms bangs on them with these massive drumsticks. But yeah,
It's
if you go
so
to a
epic.
good arcade, woo, and we were blessed with 2 pretty decent arcades when my brother was going to college. We had Point Orlando and we had Rockies.
Yep.
And I'm pretty
Rockies.
sure that Point Orlando was the one that had the majority of the music stuff. They had a lot of really good stuff in there, including the full-size Taiko Drum Master, where the drum is like, no joke, like 2 feet wide. Each person's fucking drum is like 2 feet wide, and it's built like a fucking tank because you have to like... Not only do you have to bang on the main center of the drum, in taiko drumming, they make a lot of noises by hitting the rim of the drum, and it's actually like a mechanic of the game. Some of the notes are blue, and if it's a blue note, you got to hit the drum on the rim at that moment. So these fucking things, like Buck said, like I like music as well. I like playing the drums. I'm not a guitar guy, and so... I almost honestly brought Jumpmania as my game gem to this, but we ended up kind of explaining it before this. But I remember being in that Rockies arcade era before Rock Band or Guitar Hero hit our house in the PS2 and seeing the Drummania and being like, whoa. Cool, a drumming video game just for me. And then it had like 12 songs in them, and they were all Japanese songs. And I was like, I don't know any of these.
Learn
But
them.
Taiko no Tatsujin, is much. It uses like pretty much. I just pick a traditional Japanese folk song. They'll have like.
Listen, I've learned something after playing Japanese arcades for a little bit. If you follow Uma Musume Pretty Derby at all, you just picked up like 20% of the song list of every Japanese arcade. Because that's ridiculously popular.
My lord, it's one of my favorite rhythm/music games to play if you're at an arcade, but also you can find on eBay people Konami made the drums that you can have at your house, and they're like the size of a paper dinner plate, and they give you little plastic drums to play with. There's crazy videos online of people playing absurd like custom songs with their little plastic toy drums or whatever.
I have the PS2 version with that drum, but I don't know if you know, Mac, but they made a version about a year or so ago for the Switch with a little desktop drum.
No, shut up.
Yeah.
That is brilliant. Well, I need to go get myself a copy of Taiko Drum Master, because that, my lord, is my rhythm/music video game gem for you. And off-screen Paul McCartney.
And Mick Jagger.
And off-screen Mick Jagger.
And off-screen Mick Jagger. Buck, what rhythm music video game gems do you have for the king of video games?
Man, in the early 2000s, if ever there were a music video game guy, it was me. Mac knows. He was there. He lived it. I
could have brought so many, but I didn't know what Buck was going to bring. Beat Mania is another.
This is the fun part, because we'll be able to do this more than once. I mean, whether it's DDR, Beat Mania, poppin' music.
Can't wait to see what you pick, because your repertoire in this subject is enormous.
Guitar freaks, drum mania, dance maniacs. No, there's none like this one that I somehow came across, thanks to, I'm going to give Christian Allen the credit he deserves for introducing me to this game at MegaCon in like 2000.
Yeah.
Like 00. No numbers after the 2000, just 2000. Popularized in the late 90s, super popular in the arcades, brought to home consoles just once for the PS2. I'm talking about Para Paradise.
This game is. Do you want me to play the video?
Featuring the Para All Stars. This was short-lived in Japan, believe it or not. It's based on a type of dancing in Japan called Para. There was a music company in Japan called Avex or Avex Tracks. They were also popular for like Ayumi Hamasaki and a lot of those artists. And Eurobeat, which was super popular at the time, especially in Japan. It's if you want me to explain it simply, it is Japanese line dancing. It is how Japanese would do hand and foot movements in the line with this.
Combined with that Britney Spears hand dancing that she did, it'd be like
and they
some sort of
gamified
organized.
it.
Yeah.
They gamified it. So I gave Mac a video to show so you guys could see what the hell I'm talking about.
I loved this song. Raph, do you know what Paradise is?
No idea.
Fantastic.
What this is, yeah.
All right, you're about to. You would never guess it was this.
Yes.
Here we go.
Correct. I'm excited.
This shit was hype as fuck for us in the 2000s.
Yeah.
We would drive around Orlando in Buck's car, fucking listening to loud ass Eurobeat music, Japanese Eurobeat. Shit. Oh.
Japanese Eurobeat. Holy hell.
So you're going, okay, but where's the game here? There's no sensors or anything else. This is a girl that's on screen that's doing, like I said, Japanese line dancing, right?
Yeah, how's this work?
So when you play in the arcade or when you play at home, there you get one of these. I have two of these. A set of Paradise pods for your home PlayStation 2.
So what
what
he's
is this?
showing
Yeah.
us right now, viewer, is a series of plastic circles with sensors on the tops of them. You lay them down, and they're all connected to one another with a wire.
With a wire,
Is
they
this
get put in
motion
front of you.
sensors?
They get put in front of you
Yes.
in like an arc in front, and these are like infrared beams that extend from the top of these pods. And so to the user, you just see arrows on screen like you would for DDR, but there's only
Right.
5 of them that correspond with the pods. The cool part is when you played this on like the dance setting, you could just do the choreography that the girls were teaching you, and you would hit all of the notes.
In the year 2000.
Yes.
In the year 2000.
Yeah, it's the most 2000ist thing
Yes,
It's
maybe
the most-
ever.
If you want to look at Spotify Video Kids on the back here, here's a nice
There we go.
illustration of it so you can see.
So yeah, the
how to play.
5 columns are right in front of you, just to the front left, just to the front right, and even farther to the left and farther to the right. So that arc that Buck was talking about, and that's how the arrows, that's their orientation as they come down the screen.
I would.
So
pay
yeah,
money.
noob. If you're like a tick and tack person on the keyboard, you might play para like
Right.
and you're just sort of jutting your hands out. But as Buck mentioned, if you were really fucking cool and liked anime in the 2000s before everyone else liked anime, then you would go on early ass internet to memorize the fucking
The actual
customized
choreography.
bespoke dances that, when done correctly and synced,
we
would
did.
get you 100%. score.
That's the
We
thing.
did.
I was gonna say I would pay money to watch literally any one of you guys do this. It'd be amazing.
There was a rave at AFO in like 2003. That was a para rave.
Yeah.
They put all the songs with the girls on dancing up on screen, and they mirror the image, and then everybody would learn it and dance along.
Incredible.
Yeah.
What a
It's
time to
really-
be alive.
It's a really fun game to play though too, because like I said, even if you didn't know those, you could still there would be a note to hold, or you would see a sequence of arrows left to right, and after your brain learned to read those, kind of like in Dance Dance, you realize, oh, all I have to do is wave my hand across these sensors to hit bam, 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 bam in a sequence of sensors, right? You literally would just wave your hand back and forth. But I'm not gonna lie. I knew I was doing this at this game, and so I found a nonstop Paradise, like 1 hour plus soundtrack mega mix, like where they're all blended together, and that's what I was jamming to when I got onto the pre-roll with you guys. I was just because I know every damn track.
They
This one,
rock.
This
man.
did not last as long as a lot of these others. It's not still around like DDR was. In the arcade, it only lasted for like 2 or 3 mixes, like they always would call those in Japan. There was one made for a special version made for Korea. There was this is literally the only release on home consoles.
That's
is this
fucking
PS2
crazy.
version of the first Paradise,
Beautiful.
and it's only got 20 songs on it. But it just, so I don't know if it's the arcade machines are too big, or if they caught it kind of the end of the para dancing fad, or the fact that some of these others like Guitar Freaks and DDR were just had easier access, easier to learn.
Yeah. Yeah, that Point Orlando had a para machine
did.
with the big like full sensors that were like at your waist height, and they had that one that did the top and the bottom.
That's the way all the arcades were, yeah.
and
And it
that
had
shit was awesome.
Big old
super
chunky
accurate
CRT in it. And
Yeah.
I don't even think it was a flat screen. I think it was still
Bro.
a CRT, like the original DDR machines that had big old chunker CRT.
Core memory of my childhood playing Paradise. Fucking Night of Fire song fucking rocks.
There's so many Dave Rogers and Naoki Fire songs.
It's good shit,
Right,
man. It's good
right.
shit. If you want to drive a car fast, put on some fucking Beatmania shit.
This is
Put
the
some
kind of stuff I
Beatmania
see
games,
and
yeah.
expect to show up at MagFest every year. 2 years ago, me and Kent Ward played the Dance Maniacs machine.
Fuck yeah.
MagFest.
Nice.
That's the one
Well,
that has
my
the top
lord.
and the bottom sensor.
If you can get your hands on a copy of the only release of Paradise
And a set
and
of
get your
pods.
PS2 out, I'm sure you would have a very fun time.
Your
playing.
Japanese
was gonna-
PS2.
Ask what is how available is this game? Like
Not
how,
at
how
all.
No, yeah.
I've owned these pods for 20 years.
Crazy.
This version came out in like 2001 on the PS2.
They're not like rugged plastic either. I can't believe you still have them. That's
Oh,
incredible.
mine are in very good shape.
Yeah.
It was funny. This was perfect timing because I was literally checking for something else for Halloween decorations in a closet, and I'm like, my Parapods.
People listen to me now. I. Raph. What music rhythm game do you want to present for the king today?
I went with something a little bit more modern.
Okay.
And of course, you know me, it's not going to be a straight down the pipe rhythm game. Contrary to my shitty intro, I actually don't play a whole lot of rhythm games. But yeah, I brought a game called Metal Hellsinger. This game came out in September of 2022.
Yeah.
Developed by The Outsiders, published by Funcom. And it is a rhythm boomer shooter. Yeah, you heard that right.
I played
Cool.
this bad boy as well.
I've watched somebody play this. It's very cool to watch.
It is. It's really cool, dude. I just keep discovering games that are like made for me, and this is like the perfect genre. Like I love metal music and I love boomer shooters, and it's just like holy shit, man! They made a game for me again. So you play as the Unknown, an entity that slays demons through the power of music. I guess she lost her voice or something like that, and I don't know. There's a story to this, and the story is all right, but it's all about the music, man. So you've got to basically tear through the 8 hells and slaughter every demon that you see, all to the rhythm of like this really kick-ass death metal soundtrack.
Doom soundtrack, right?
I played through that first area of the game, and it gave me access to like all the different weapons that you have, or the first 3 weapons, which is Terminus, a like basic short sword. Paz, which is a skull that shoots fireballs that I'm pretty sure is also the narrator of the game, that's voiced by Troy Baker, which is kind of cool.
Hell yeah.
I know, right?
It's Bob the Skull. for
Yeah,
the Dresden
exactly,
fans
yeah.
Out there.
And then Persephone, which is a shotgun. Which I think is a great name for
Man,
a
he really
shotgun.
took the naming his weapons part seriously.
Right, exactly. Yeah, they really,
This
honestly.
is Cindy, my belt.
But
She holds up my pants. Cindy,
Sometimes.
you're invaluable to the team.
Sometimes she don't.
sometimes she pulls them down. As you play, you must attack in rhythm with the music. Like there's also a visual indicator, and it helps you keep in rhythm. But I found that really the best way to keep rhythm was just to headbang, because holy shit, the soundtrack
Right, yeah.
kicks ass, dude. You're gonna want to involuntarily
Cool.
bob your head.
does.
It's got people like Serge Tankian from System of a Down.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Randy Blythe from Lamb of God. It's got like a lot of different like award-winning metal musicians that are on the soundtrack.
Cool.
So down to like the mechanics of it, the actual rhythm mechanics. So you have to attack in rhythm. If you get like, perfect, you do it perfectly in rhythm, then you get like this big thing, pops up on screen perfect, and it builds up a few meters that you have. You have a fury meter and you have a special meter. The higher your fury, the more intense the soundtrack is and the more damage you do.
Cool.
Your fury, once you get, it's like a damage multiplier. So once you get to 16, the lyrics kick in and you get this kick-ass like heavy metal lyrics that just like pop in like
That's
really
really cool.
Yeah,
So it
deep-
escalates
yeah.
as you do better, kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You really feel like slaughtering every demon in existence when this music pops on. Too.
I
It
feel like
feels
I
really
kind
good.
of already played Doom like this anyway. Like
Right,
I very
yeah,
much so
it's-
would like stay in rhythm
It
with the
really is if Doom 2016 went full on rhythm game with like
Right.
their soundtrack.
Yeah.
There's also like this. I didn't mention the special meter. Also, you develop the special meter as you kill things, and when you get it all the way up, you can do this really cool attack with any one of the weapons. It's unique to each weapon, and it'll kill a bunch of enemies all at once. There's an execution system too. When you kill things enough, you get the little thing to pop up with the execution, much like Doom 2016, but you've got to do it in time. And it feels really good to just the shotgun, man. Okay, so the shotgun, it boom, 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 and then you show up and just like punch it in the face, and it dies, it explodes, and it's all in rhythm. It feels so fucking good, dude.
Yeah.
So they took
Dude,
Crypt of the
it's-
Necro Dancer and they turned it into a Doom.
A boomer
Game.
shooter, exactly. Even the reloads,
Cool.
the reloads have a rhythm to them too. If you reload and then you hit R again in time to the music, you do a quick reload. So it's like you
That's cool.
just could keep
That's really
the
neat.
slaughter going in this very musical fashion, and it really like feels so cool to kill things in time with music, and it fits in it so thematically with it, like with the actual like the aesthetic and the themes of the game. It's really cool. This game is killer. And I had a hell of a time playing it. So check it out, King.
Yeah, I like the visual cue that it gives you. Hi-Fi Rush is another game that uses
yeah, good
the
call.
attack at a specific time, situation, but it doesn't give you like a metronome like this game does. It gives you this game literally gives you like a white bar that like flips across the screen constantly at the quarter notes of the song.
Right. Yeah. And then if you have like an actual, like in your crosshairs, there is a meter that actually helps you kind of like time it right. So it pops in and then you can hit it with the crosshairs. It's really
I still
cool.
wasn't very good at it, surprisingly. I don't know. I think I was thinking too much for the shooter part was causing me to panic too much where I couldn't ever get in rhythm.
There's issues I noticed with the reloads. When you do the reloads, it kind of throws you off rhythm. It feels like when you have to reload.
Because I think you like they're half timed. Like so, it's like pop,
Something
pop,
like that,
Pop,
yeah.
pop, pop, pop.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like yeah.
Yeah,
Music,
whereas, like,
subdivision,
yeah.
syncopation.
The
These are
sword
words.
attacks, it feels like they're in 4/4, and then like you do it on every single beat with the sword attack, but then the shotgun, because it has a reload in between, you gotta
Right.
boom, 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 and go with that rhythm.
click,
It feels really
boom.
good. It feels really good, dude. I can't even describe like I
Every
was playing it
trailer in
earlier
the
today,
aughts
and
for
I
an
was like,
action
oh, man,
movie.
It's very
so cool.
visceral. It feels good.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Dude,
But
they
yes,
put
that's
out
what I've got, my liege.
they put out
Nice,
a
very good, my
VR
lord.
version like a year or two later.
Yeah, they
saw
did.
that.
Yeah.
VR version of
That'd
that
be a
game
good
would
idea,
be
yeah,
sick.
Good one.
Click, click, boom. All right, Mr. Vinegar. What music / rhythm game do you have for the king of video games?
Oh man, this is a really tough one. It's like choosing like which sushi roll is your favorite sushi roll, and your favorite
know.
food's already sushi.
But you can come back. You can come back again. to the buffet.
I know. Well, as much as I love Ratatan recently, as much as I love Theater Rhythm, as much love as I have for original DDR, I'm gonna go a little obscure for you, Your Majesty, because back in the mid 2000s, the era which I affectionately call the MMO black hole, there was this rhythm game that managed to pull my attention away for a very, very long time. And the set list to this game is insane. It's the 2006 rhythm game for the Nintendo DS.
Ooh, not many of
A
those.
9.5 out of 10 rating on IGN. Majesty, I'm talking about Elite Beat Agents for the Nintendo DS.
Okay.
This is
Featuring
such a fun game.
featuring such bangers as Highway Star from Deep Purple, YMCA, September from Earth, Wind and Fire, Jamiroquai is on here, Madonna is on here, Chicago, Destiny Child, Hoobastank and David Bowie are in this game.
Boobadank.
And Boobadank, it's a lot of covers, I will say. It's I think like 90% covers, but regardless, this game was so well done. It was, back in the day with DS, it was all about, the tapping, the dragging with the stylus. So if you've ever played Osu, on the PC, which is like a click, click, drag kind of rhythm game, this was the DS equivalent. You would like tap, 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 drag, release, tap, drag, release, tap, drag, release, spin, 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 spin. And it was done. And there was also a multiplayer element. Back in the early days of Wi-Fi, you could play this as a multiplayer versus head-to-head title and go one-on-one with your friends, which I got to do that a lot.
I didn't
This
know
game
that.
this game is fantastic. I have nothing but good things to say. Like, there was a cool story behind it. The characters were.
That's what I was just about to say. Half the best part
characters are
about this
amazing.
game is the little visual
I mean,
story that
the
happens.
characters are
So cute.
awesome.
Government agents or whatever they
It's
are.
Yeah.
very like secret agent, like FBI comic book style art, and it's very consistent and very fun. And I just can't say enough good things about this game. It's a ton of fun. Back in a time where you really I can't even think of another rhythm game on the Nintendo DS. So
There were not many.
Yeah, there were not many.
And
But-
this never
but you
got a
can-
sequel. What the hell? It sold so well.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I thought there was one with girls. I don't think it was called Elite Beat Agents, but it was a
maybe
sequel.
It's called something else.
But it was a sequel. There was a sequel, but it was not called Elite Beat Agents. I'm sure I would look that up. But yeah, this one, Your Majesty, if you have access to a DS or 3DS because they're backwards compatible, this would be they are backwards compatible, right?
Yeah.
DS and
Yeah,
3DS.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
thought so.
Yeah.
Definitely pick this one up. This is probably not one that you're going to find in a Retro Game Treasure subscription. It is kind of a rare one, but if you can get your hands on a copy of Elite Beat Agents from 2006 for the Nintendo DS, highly recommend it. You will not be sorry.
a
Your
good one.
Majesty.
That game has just so much personality.
Truly.
There was
It
a whole
does.
swath
It
of those
so
DS
does.
games where Japan was just like, we're Philly. And it was just like,
dripping
yay.
with style.
I
Yeah,
love how
lots of fun.
like the top screen is all like 2D animation, and then like the bottom screen is like this like 3D cell shaded animation with the dudes dancing. It's so
dancing
cool.
in the most
Yeah,
silly
yeah.
choreographed, like
Yeah.
ooh,
It's so funny.
typey way. Yeah.
I was gonna say, what else did we get? Rhythm Heaven, and
Rhythm
what else
Heaven.
was there for the DS that we even got that were rhythm games? I mean, Theorhythm later, obviously. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yes, a long lost gem for the Nintendo DS, a beloved system of mine. Well, my lord, I hope that you and off-screen Paul McCartney and slightly off-screen Mick Jagger have a good time playing Rock Band and playing Guitar Hero and playing all those games that we just mentioned. And you know what, you viewer, if you haven't played those games, you should try to go get your hands on those games. Maybe go to www.retrogametreasure.com and maybe you can get your hands on some of those games. I digress. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll do our What Else You Got and head on out of here. See you on the other side. All right, we're back, and it is time for our What Else You Got, the section of our show where we can bring anything to the table, be it video game or otherwise. I am going to go first, as usual. I have a couple games that I've been playing. One was just a demo, but it's very cool, and then one that I've been playing nonstop. So the demo that I played is for a game that I've been looking forward to for a while by Devolver Digital. I love, everything that they do.
Amen.
Hold on one second while I pull up the name of the creator. I should have done that before a second. So, developed by Sam Eng, published by Devolver Digital. It's Skate Story.
Okay.
Have you guys seen Skate Story?
That's right.
Google it or
Okay.
YouTube it right now because explaining it won't do it justice.
Truly, this looks wild.
Skate Story is like if you know what the game Rez is for the PlayStation, it's like if Rez and Skate had a baby. Those really super realistic skateboarding games.
Epilepsy warning.
Oh yeah, big time epilepsy, big time. So the demo is just like the first levels, quote unquote. If you've ever played a Tony Hawk game, especially the underground games where you can get off your skateboard and you walk to unlock shit, and then you unlocked a place to skate, of course. It's like that. But the catch is that I'm gonna put video over what I'm talking about right now. This is what the game looks like. So the plot is you are a demon in a world in which it's nothing but demon inhabitants and these floating eyes in the sky and the moon. And the demons can't sleep because the moon keeps them awake. So you play as a demon that wants to eat the moon so that he can go to sleep.
Does take place in the Persona universe.
You then end up coming back to life by making a trade with some sort of entity, and you become a person made out of glass. And then along your way to go eat the moon, your character decides I can't get to the moon on my feet. I need something to get there. And then it's just he just looks over and like Sword in the Stone, a skateboard is sticking out of this pillar, and he's like, "Oh yes, a skateboard." So he's like,
Well,
"I'll use that to get to the moon." Yeah, right. There's a rocket ship right there. But the gameplay is a story driven level to level thing where there are moments where you're doing almost if you know what hill bombing is, where those people go downhill on a skateboard really fast.
Oh,
there's basically no turning. You're just going down as fast as you can.
Okay.
There are moments in the game that are basically like that, where you're just going in a straight line and trying to avoid obstacles by either jumping over them or just by power drifting to the left and right. But then there's moments where you are in an open world area where there's mission stuff for you to do. You talk to this big statue of a face that tells you that there's a bunch of air vents that keep letting star fumes into the air, and it hates it, and it wishes you could close them off, and then the game tells you you can close them off by doing an ollie over them. It's just okay. It's really funny. So there's not very long to play through the whole demo. If you like skateboarding games and you haven't played a cool one in a while because they're all just I'm Bucky Lasik and I'm on a skateboard or what. I don't know who fucking skates anymore, but it's just in this one, you get to be this crazy starman, and every time you fall, you take damage because you're made out of glass. So don't fall too much or you'll die. It's really cool. Skate Story.
One of my favorite things about obscure games like this on Steam is that it tries to recommend why you would like this game. You know, the games it recommends.
Yeah, it'll draw it in.
Here's my recommendations from this game relevant to you because you played Ori and the Blind Forest and Disco Elysium.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Sorry, Steam, but yeah, you're
tried.
trying.
You tried.
The other game that I've been absolutely addicted to is also Devolver Digital. This one's developed by Kenny Sun. It's Ball Pit.
Oh, you've been playing that
guys,
a lot.
Have you played it?
Yeah.
Have you seen it? Have you seen Ball Pit?
I've seen you play it. But
Venicor, have you seen Ball Pit?
Very briefly. It looked cool. I like the visuals.
Ball X Pit, like how anime does
Ball X
X
Pit,
and then
yeah.
you don't say the X. So it's like if Vampire Survivor and Brick Out had a
Yeah,
baby.
like Arkanoid.
Yeah, Arkanoid. That's another good one. So it's like there's enemies that start at the top of this vertically scrolling screen that slowly drop down at you, and you play as one of a bunch of different characters, and you shoot, balls. Sorry, they call they call them literally balls, but they only I was gonna cringe because they shoot these little white ones that they call baby balls, which doesn't sit right on the tongue. And then
How often does it give you blue
and
balls?
then you get special balls that you shoot out that'll be like a wind ball, and its like attributes are that it goes through enemies until it hits the back of the board, or this one's a spike ball, and then just like Vampire Survivors, you level these balls up, and then just like Vampire Survivors, you can hit these like special, or you can collect these special things that'll make it to where if you have two fully maxed balls, you can combine them. And if you have like just like two ones that don't go together, it'll just like generically combine their attributes. But then like two, just like some Vampire Survivors, two will like go together to make something. Like the darkness ball and the metal ball combine together to make the shuriken ball. And it has attributes that are slightly different than the two, but are in the same vein or whatever. It's fucking addictive as fuck, man. I don't know what else to say other than there's a bunch of characters and they all have different like attributes to them. Like there's one character that you can play as that's two characters, and they shoot twice as many balls, but they do half as much damage, and they always shoot in a mirrored angle from one another. So whatever you angle on the field, the opposing one goes in the diametrically opposed angle. And they're so fucking hard to play as. I can't beat any levels with them. But yeah. It's a cheap indie game if you got Steam or whatever. It's on Game Pass. This is where I'm playing it. But yeah, go check it out. Devolver Digital is fucking cannot miss. Ball Pit. Buck, what else have you got for us this week?
I went to a concert. I went and saw the Megas at Ongakuvania this past week. That was pretty
Okay.
cool. Got a new the Megas shirt to add to my shirt collection. Look, it's Mega Man, but he's a skull.
Mega Man. Look, it's Mega Man.
Mega
That's
Man.
cool.
They were really fun. There was another band that's a local Orlando band that was there too called Follow Me Fox that I'm pretty sure is made up of a bunch of people I've just seen at those concerts over the years.
Yeah,
they were really,
undoubtedly.
They were really good.
What did they do? Did they do Metal
They
Gear
did like
Solid's music by any
game
chance?
inspired. No Star Fox tracks. Follow Me
no,
Fox.
yeah.
Like Follow Me Fox.
I didn't know. Fox Team. Doesn't
No,
know
it
Fox.
has a little R-wing on their logo. But their singer has a really great voice. It's
Okay.
kind of got that like 2000s pop punk kind of sound and
I love
feel to
that.
it. Like you could have just thrown it in with some AFI or Hawthorne
Okay.
Heights or something. You wouldn't notice the difference. And their songs are all just kind of video game inspired. Like there's a one about Final Fantasy, but it's just like a love song, rock love song. There's one about Mario, but it just talks about saving a princess and stuff like that in it. So it's
Okay.
not doesn't adhere to like there has to be the video game stuff.
Are
like
the Megas the
does.
one that play? Do they play Mega Man while they play?
No, that's the Bit Brigade. The
Okay,
Megas
okay,
play
okay.
songs that the Megas have taken over the years. They're one of the OGs. They've been around for like 20 years.
Yeah.
They play Mega Man tracks that they've put lyrics to in a rock form.
Right. Okay. Yes.
They have a
Yes,
sub
yes,
band
yes.
called the Belmonts where they do the same thing with Castlevania tracks.
cool.
They played a bunch of
Yeah,
those.
that's cool.
So I was up near the front and I know most of the words, so I'm usually rocking out and singing. I'm an introvert except for when I'm at concerts like that. And he's
Can
I'm singing along to all the songs.
Yeah.
And one of the bands before Premium Vintage did all Hades music. That's what they do. That's their thing. They play like rock versions of Hades music. I saw them at MagFest last year. They're pretty cool. And so he was up on stage, the lead singer Josh, and he was like, give it up for Premium Vintage. That was really cool. It makes me want to play Hades. I haven't played that game. And a lot of the crowd is like, what? No. And he's like, guys, I only play indie games. And Elden Ring, lots of Elden Ring, and I'm in the front, and I'm like, Night Rain rules, and he's like, Night Rain does fucking rule, dude. So I go up to him after the show, and I'm like, Josh, because there's no crossplay in Night Rain, and I'm like, tell me you play on PC, and he's like, I play on PS5. I'm like, damn it.
No.
He's like, give me your username anyway, so when they add crossplay, we can play together.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That was fun.
Nice. That's awesome. When will the crossplay come? Soon.
DLC Q4 this year.
Whoop, whoop. Raph, what else have you got for us this week, sir?
Got a couple of things. One's a movie and one's a movie-like game. So I watched The Exorcist for the first time the other day with these guys because I had never seen that movie.
Oh, my man.
Ooh,
Yeah.
My girlfriend had never seen it before either.
cool.
It was cool.
Dude,
we had two
what a
people that had never
movie,
seen
man.
it.
Great movie.
What a movie that was! Like,
We
it
went,
was just.
I was
Go ahead,
sorry. I was gonna say we I was sleepy by the end. I've seen that movie many times, and Tish was just like, "You're just gonna go to bed after that."
I know what's gonna happen.
It's like that was, just so you know, that was like the world's scariest movie between the years like 1970 and 1974, like just bar none. It was
Wasn't
just
it like
the scariest
in
movie
theaters
ever.
for like 3 years or something like that?
Something,
That's what
some
Eric was
massively
saying
long
earlier.
number. Yeah.
Just like when Psycho came out originally, people vomiting in the theaters and passing out and stuff. They hadn't seen anything like it.
Dude, in 2025, it was still scary, and I was like, man, like I had dreams about it. I don't get scared by horror movies, and this one did give me a couple of nightmares. Like that night, it was pretty wild.
This came up the other night when we were at Halloween Horror Nights for one of our last jaunts before it ended for the year. How the scariest scene in that movie, for real, is at the end when the priest jumps out of the window, because in real life, the stuntman did that stunt, and the only thing they did was put little pads on the corners of all of those stairs. Like, let me get this straight. This priest in the movie is jumping out that window to kill himself.
Yeah.
And the stuntman just straight up actually does. Like, there's no camera tricks involved. He just straight up does that stunt.
Wow, that's
Dang,
wild.
I
I didn't
wish
know
I
that.
had known that looking when we watched it. Shit.
Yeah.
That's the scariest scene in that movie. Some dude actually jumped out of a second-story window.
The scariest scene in that movie is when the poor girl is at the fucking hospital.
Oh my god!
When they're doing the tests on her and they put the
yes.
needle in her neck and they're just oh my god, and it's just all the modern medical science, quote unquote, is just worse than being possessed by the fucking devil. Like, you're just like, oh, get her out of that machine.
MRI
And the
machines
mom is
back in the
just
day,
sobbing
terrifying.
uncontrollably and just wants her daughter to be better. And you're
The
just
blood
like,
and
this
the
movie
carotid
is
and all that
fucking
stuff, yeah.
making me cry, bro. This shit is sad.
That movie messed up.
Intense.
That movie messed up child Linda Blair for a long time.
Well, she broke her back during the filming.
Even though she
of that.
didn't know. Yeah, the bed
It's-
scene.
yeah,
The bed scene
broke
is
her
too
back.
violent. Yep.
Good
a lot
shit.
of weird.
The other thing that we did is that as a house, we've been playing the casting of Frank Stone, and we beat that. Was that last night or?
All right.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was last night.
Atta
Yeah,
boy.
You
Yeah, we
missed
ended
last
up-
week, Venny. They actually were passing the controller around. Each person was
Yeah.
playing a different character.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Max I mean, well, spoiler alerts, but I don't know if it's a spoiler because it might not happen in your playthrough. But Max's character died like
He mentioned
fairly
that
early
last week.
on.
Yeah.
And we thought he wasn't going to play anybody for a while, and then oh my god, like near the end, he suddenly was playing again. He was playing as a character that he had played in the beginning of the game. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty cool. Honestly, I thought the ending was a little weak. I'm not gonna lie. But other than that, I mean, I had a great time playing. I love these kind of games. Like, I'm a big fan of the Dark Pictures and anthology games, and I never finished The Quarry, but that one was also really cool. But yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Quarry.
Yeah.
I should have asked these experts here. Was Frank Stone a killer in the game at one point for a while?
Is he going to be? Because it almost like made it like seem like they were going to canonize him at the end.
did.
So I can take this one.
Yeah.
They were kicking around the idea of giving the Trapper a Frank Stone skin, and it never came to fruition. So no, Evan McMillan is the Trapper, not Frank Stone.
Oh, so it's lore based because that's one of the levels, the McMillan estate, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Larry's Institute is also a level. That's the doctor's level. Doc.
Interesting.
Huh,
And there was
yeah,
various
because-
dolls. I'm sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say I agreed with Raph. The way it sort of ended,
Yeah.
I was like, so this felt like it was going to be a sort of a push to be like, and here's the new character for this season of Dead by Daylight.
No,
Because
it was the first killer. He was the first killer ever already.
I figured, that's kind of
like
where they were
villains.
going with like, oh, he's like the archetypical like killer. Like that's what I felt like was, and that's why he was like in spoiler alerts again, but like in every timeline, like it was like a multiverse, and it felt like he was just like the archetype of the killer.
He's
the
probably
slasher.
the entity. He's probably supposed to be the entity, the one that controls the void that they're all trapped in.
Interesting. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
It was cool. I had a really good time with it. I loved the whole multiverse concept of it. Like I said, the ending was a little weak, but the ride there was pretty fun. We had a good time.
Yeah. It's less spooky than I thought it was going to be, but it was still, I guess if you were to go into it with a curbed sense of like, it's not going to be Silent Hill. It's just like,
Right,
oh, okay,
exactly.
okay.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, for that you have to play a
Cool.
little Hope. That game is Silent Hill.
All right, Mr. Venicor, what else have you got for us this week?
Not much really to report this week. We had a really busy week at home, and last weekend was our first Cub Scouts camp out. So we, which was really fun, and
I was a Cub Scout too.
sleeping in a tent outside and all that stuff. Yeah. I'm the den leader for our Tiger Scouts, so the first graders.
Cool.
So Vinny's wholesome.
Oh boy.
No, but it was really a lot of fun. Really just had a lot of responsibilities at home this week, but I did get to play a little bit more Final Fantasy Tactics. Whoop whoop. Nice. And I've
Where are
been
you?
keeping up. I'm in like the middle of chapter 2 right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I know a lot of people are playing it right now, so don't want to say anything story wise.
Right.
And I've been making sure to get my game or two of Dead by Daylight in each day if I can. I'm already like level 50 on this current Rift pass or whatever they're calling it now. So yeah, just kind of coasting right now. Buck said there was a big update for Ratatan yesterday, so that's
looked
pretty
like
exciting.
They added a bunch of special moves for a lot of different units, and I mean, it was like a 1.5 gig update for a game that is not like, it's pretty, but it's not like super intensive. So that's a lot of content.
That's exciting, and just been doing a lot at work. So really not too much to report right now, but I feel like the breather is coming. Hopefully. So fingers crossed.
Well, you've got a lot of games to play. We got Arc Raiders is out there. We've all
Dude,
gonna get
I can't
them.
keep
We've
up
got a
with
bunch
you
of-
guys.
so much
He got
stuff.
RV there
At
yet.
all.
He got RV there yet.
I
Don't
did
let
buy
him
RV.
fool you.
Yeah.
He's gonna
I
play
do-
with us.
I do wanna play it,
Super
yeah.
fun.
Yeah, we
That
should
one
I
is
do want to play
super
RV
fun.
there yet.
This was episode 99, right?
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It is.
So,
dang.
what's on deck for episode 100?
Episode 100, we're gonna do a console carousel for the PlayStation 2.
Oh,
Got
Yes.
goosebumps. I just got
Let's
goosebumps.
best
Let's go.
video
Big
game
boy.
console.
I get to tell my release
ever.
night story. All right, let's go.
that's gonna be
It's
hard.
gonna be a
Yeah, it's
bunch
gonna be
of
hard. Yeah.
really good games to talk about.
I'm very excited.
Na, na, na,
Yeah, we're gonna have to
na,
pick
na,
early.
na, 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 na. If
He's
you know,
humming
you
the
know.
Katamari
That-
song.
Does it for episode 99 of the Game Treasure Podcast. Thank you so much for listening or watching, dear listener or watcher. Do us a huge favor, like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you are just listening to this on your podcast app, please go to our YouTube and subscribe there. That would help us out a bunch. You could also make sure you're getting alerts and announcements whenever we do our live streams that way. You can reach out to us via email with any video games questions or comments you have with GameTreasurePodcast@gmail.com. Head over to our merch store, which is at our linktree/the GTP. While you're there, you can also check out our Patreon, patreon.com/the GTP, where you can support us for just $5 a month with no minimum monthly requirement. You can just give us $5 should you have it. That would be nice. Helps us buy games or something. Eventually, we'll spend the money that we've gotten. You can find links to all that at our linktree/the GTP. We want to thank Crunkwitch for the use of our theme song, Clash of the Droids. You can find their music on Apple Music, Spotify, or anywhere you can find music on the internet. And last but not least, we need to thank RetroGameTreasure.com, owned and operated by the Megabuck himself. Retro Game Treasure is a subscription service that helps you collect retro video games. Are you on the fence? Do you sit there and think to yourself, I have some expendable income, and boy, I do remember liking video games, but I don't know if I could get into collecting video games now. I would have to drive all around, and Then I would have to remember what games, and oh boy, it's kind of a lot of work. You're right, that is a lot of work. So what you could do instead is go to retrogametreasure.com, become a subscriber, tell Buck what game consoles you want to start collecting for and what kinds of games that you want to start collecting. And then at the end of each month, he will ship you a custom box of video games that will be tailored to your tastes. And those will be added to your collection forever. And don't worry, he keeps tracks of the games that you have and the ones that he's given you so that you never get a repeat game. Go now to www.retrogametreasure.com to start collecting video games the easy way. Until next week, foolish mortals, my name is Max Stein, and I love the Game Treasure podcast. It's so bad. In harmony.
It's so bad.